Hi guys, we're in IIT Delhi to interview somebody who got Air 20 in GATE. I don't know about you, but I'm super nervous and excited to get to know her and this campus. आपने GATE तो crack किया, but was it always a part of the plan या कोई एक turning point है जिसके बाद you went like, oh, I need it?
GATE was not a part of my plan. I registered at the last day of the deadline.
We saw that you topped your branch in undergrad and you got a gold medal for it.
Getting a gold medal is not a big of an achievement. In MTech journey, what I have realized is that you don't have to be too much helpful. That's what the learning lesson I received here.
So what's your favorite thing to do in your hostel room?
Then I don't study a lot.
Oh.
I don't.
She's lying.
No, I don't.
Do not listen to her, okay? Do not.
No, I see other people sitting in the reading room and studying. So that's like somebody else is studying when I am relaxing. So I need to buckle up.
So आपने undergrad के साथ GATE की preparation कैसे handle की?
Most of the sections that come in the exam are just from in between the topics.
Then you got into a college that gives you all the things that you need.
Yeah.
So let's bring in Apurva. Hi Apurva, so good to see you. Okay. So before we begin with anything, अब हम IIT आए हैं पहली बार, तो maybe could you take us to one of your favorite spots यहाँ पे?
Yeah, we have nearby Amul, so we can just hop in there maybe.
Oh yeah, let's go. तो आपकी कॉलेज जर्नी is something that all of us would think is super inspiring. DTU फिर IIT, both the colleges being dreams of so many people who are watching also. तो like अगर आप पहले साल में जा सकते हो undergrad के, because you're in second year, right?
Yes.
What is an advice that you would give yourself?
So practically, if I see and compare my first year in DTU and first year in IIT, both of my years I've been very naive. So first thing would be to prepare my profile for what I want in the future. What I did was I did not directionalize myself in a one path. Like if I want to go for a job, make my profile as such. And if we compare nowadays, many students are comparatively better in directionalizing themselves. So I would maybe suggest myself in my first year of bachelor's to focus on one goal instead of keeping my feet in multiple things. You should explore, but keep your focus a bit directionalized. So that's
understandable, right? Rather than being everywhere all at once, just choose one path and follow through.
Yeah.
Now, आपने GATE तो crack किया, but was it always a part of the plan या कोई एक turning point है जिसके बाद you went like, oh, I need it?
GATE was not a part of my plan. So actually, I was sitting for placements in my bachelor's, but I do not want to go for a 9-to-5 job. That does not excite me. I just wanted to maybe explore the field of research, because 5 years giving to a PhD is a lot of commitment.
It is.
So I thought for a little bit of time I might try something that's of short duration, might expose me to the research world, and at the same time I could improve my profile. So that's what was the turning point. Like GATE is generally scheduled in February, and I registered at the last day of the deadline. I just went and gave the exam. So that was very...
you must have been pretty smart to crack it through.
No, it's not. It's not that difficult, if we say. It's more of a continuous learning journey. Like whatever you read and study in your bachelor's, you should be able enough to remember that and replicate that in the exam. That's what I would suggest.
That is true. And you pursued your engineering in what specialization?
So I pursued my engineering in biotechnology in DTU, the curriculum, and a minor in economics. So that's what I pursued in DTU. Biotechnology, most of the work that's done in DTU is wet lab. However, in IIT Delhi, I have shifted to biomedical engineering. That's a though the words might sound very similar.
They do.
Yeah, they do. But intricately, if we see, biomedical is more towards the technical aspects. Like we have bioelectronics, neuromechanics, we have healthcare exoskeletons, and my work is also in the same line.
That makes sense. Well, you went from medical to doing this to then pursuing your MTech. That is quite the journey, not gonna lie. But there's another thing that we got out of stalking you. I hope you don't mind. We saw that you topped your branch in undergrad and you got a gold medal for it.
Yeah.
So that is something you need to stay consistent for and motivated throughout for. So how do you do that?
So firstly, if I say getting a gold medal is not a big of an achievement, it's okay if you get one. If if you don't get one, that does not mean that you did not learn enough. First would be consistent. Being consistent, that's very true, because 8 semester long journey, and each semester you have to maintain a good GPA with your internships, with your job, while preparing to get a job. So it's a long journey, but I would say try to learn. Don't just focus on getting your marks. They do matter, but in the long run, it's more about the learning that you are getting than the marks.
That actually does make sense. So, do you think your time at DTU helped you prepare for the competitive environment in IIT Delhi? Because we all know that it's very cutthroat here.
No, surely not. First thing is the comparison between being a bachelor student and being a master student. Bachelor students are very kiddish in nature. We are just exploring things, how they are working out. We are growing together. We are sort of becoming adults in that BTech journey. In MTech, everybody is at a pre-established path. Everybody knows what they want in future. So in MTech journey, what I have realized is that you don't have to be too much helpful. That's what the learning lesson I received here. That's brutal. Yeah, that is very true. That people here are very competitive. They're not as friendly as the people in DTU were for me. That's what I've learned. I guess I might have learned the competitive nature here rather than in DTU.
So it's like more friendly there, more cutthroat here?
Yes. Obviously.
I say the buildings and everything here is gorgeous. It's like a legendary building in itself, and it has like a very rich history. आपका कोई ऐसा special spot है जिससे कोई special memory जुड़ी हो यहाँ पे?
Amul, practically just behind. That's the spot that I come to daily in around evening 5 and 6 to drink tea. Most of us, like after having a very hectic day of work and classes and research, there's some bit to relax myself. That's where I just go to Amul.
Okay, well then what are we waiting for? Should we go to Amul?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to Amul. Okay, so आपका favorite spot हमने देख लिया, and this is like super nice, super cozy.
Yeah.
I can see why you come here. But आप hostler हो, right? So living in a hostel in itself is quite the journey, I feel.
Yes.
So IIT का hostel must have been a unique experience to say the least.
Yeah, I have experience of 2 hostels, so.
Like what is the hostel life like here?
First thing will be आज़ादी रहती थोड़ी if you are a day scholar, if you compare to that. And secondly, in MTech, it's a sort of like a necessity to be in a hostel because my classes are finishing around 7:30 and my home is very far away. So if I see you're having a daily journey from 10 to 7:30 and then traveling 1 hour in the hectic metro route, so that's why choosing a hostel was a better option for me. And secondly, how is the hostel life? I would say very suboptimal, not very exciting as it may seem. Generally, we guys bond before exams and discuss things. But besides that, it's more of a relaxing time throughout my day. That's when I go home and it's my home for this 2-year journey. So I go in my room and rest. That's what I do.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you mentioned relaxing in your hostel room. So what's your favorite thing to do in your hostel room?
So most of the times I paint when I feel very relaxing because I can let my intrusive thoughts a bit. I can draw anything. I can spiral off colors. That's what I do.
And like, do you have any study or work setup to aid your self?
Yes, I do. So actually in front of my sitting area, like the table, in front of that I have a bulletin board in where I attach all the important stuff and all the to-do lists that I have during the day. Then I have a book reader where I usually
like
put
reading?
Yeah, I do.
That's
like
nice.
reading.
Favorite author?
Oh, so mine is Dan Brown. So I read
Inferno.
Yeah, and then I also read more of. I'm a Amish Tripathi fan. If I go into mythos side now, right now I'm into self-help books now. Relax myself, maybe understand myself a bit more from inside. So that's what I'm in reading nowadays.
That's really nice and that sounds like a very good time honestly. तो IIT hostel का like जो culture है, आपको लगता है कि किसी way में शायद उसने आपको professionally grow करने में help किया?
Oh, surely. So sometimes when I come from lab or from classes and I go inside my room and I am like just to relax myself and chill, that I mostly do. I see other people sitting in the reading room and studying. So that's like somebody else is studying when I am relaxing. So I need to buckle up and myself do my work and complete my to-do list. So
okay, so it helps you push forward.
Yeah, it surely does. It surely does.
So basically, it helped you with peer pressure.
It's like peer pressure to study. Yeah, it's very true. It's there. It's there.
But yeah, I can imagine that.
Even though we might have very different paths, they might be of different branches. They might be studying something else. They might be just playing games on their laptop, but just the side of someone else working sends a trigger in my brain to it's your time also to work. So.
Oh, that's actually really nice. तो अब हॉस्टल की बात कर ही रहे हैं तो खाने की तो बात करेंगे obviously.
हाँ.
तो आपका मेस में खाना कैसा होता है?
This is I might give a very controversial comment. The mess food in IIT is outsourced. We have an external third party, that's Quest. So they have very good food.
Oh.
So there's a monthly change in our menu. They checklist everything like nutritional content and then something to satisfy our taste buds. So they maintain a very good balance in the food
super
items.
Nice.
Yeah, so the mess food in IIT is very good. It's a bit costly, but that is justified by the taste the food is giving.
आपका कोई favorite dish है उसमें? Just asking for a friend.
Most probably it would be aloo ka parantha. Most cozy winter meal to ever have.
With chai?
Yeah, with chai or with milk or with whatever you like. But it's very cozy. They really make very good paranthas.
But nothing beats घर के आलू के पराठे. I can bet.
That's surely the other standard, but really do make very homely tasting food.
What's one thing that you miss about home apart from the aloo ka paratha? When you're in the campus?
My family, first of all, yes, and then my dog. So I have a Labrador in my home, so he's very, very super enthusiastic. So he loves anyone. He's we have to protect him from other dogs because he's so eager to meet everyone. So that's what I miss, my family and my dog.
That's sweet. It's really nice to be here, I'm not gonna lie. It's such a vast ground and such a beautiful building. It's like the perfect place to summarize the college life, I'd say. Now, coming to the main section of this video, which I feel like a lot of students would want to know. GATE की preparation and study. Right, so आपने 820 achieve किया है GATE में, which is quite a phenomenal accomplishment, I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
So आपने undergrad के साथ GATE की preparation कैसे handle की?
So actually, if you see, for GATE, the syllabus is whatever you have studied in your bachelor's, the 4-year journey. Most of the sections that come in the exam are just from in between the topics. So first thing would be to stick to the basics. Basic book, for example, in biotechnology, you would have Duran for bioprocess engineering, QB for immunology, Prescott. These are some very famous book authors that are the gold standard. And secondly would be to analyze the previous year questions that come for the exams. The numericals have some sort of trend that is being followed. So analyze that and look for those topics that have been coming in the exams because the syllabus is a lot. So you have to cut short it yourself and work on your strongholds. For example, in my GATE exam, my microbiology and core biology subjects were not as strong as engineering mathematics was. So I shifted my focus on my strong points. And secondly, what I would suggest you guys would be not just focus on getting a very good rank in exam, focus also on learning the basics because that would help you in clearing the interviews. Because just after GATE, that's not the end of the journey. Institutes like ISC Bangalore and IIT Bombay have their own test rounds and interview rounds. I joined IIT Delhi because of personal choices. However, I was offered admissions in all the IITs and ISC Bangalore. So you guys do learn the basics, then jump up to advanced topics. Don't directly just focus on getting a right answer.
That does make sense. Like working on your strong points and starting from basics.
Yes.
I think that's a very solid advice. Okay, so जब आप GATE के लिए prepare कर रहे थे, आपका एक daily study routine type का कुछ होगा, right? So did you follow any specific timetable or have a schedule to go about it?
During the initial time when I decided, because I decided very late to give GATE, so I had near about 3 months only left for the exam. So my primary focus areas were the previous year questions. This technique might not work for everyone. I would suggest you to study because I was a very attentive kid during my classes, during my coursework in DTU. That really helped me to quickly go over the basics. Like it did not take me a very long time. So first thing will be to stay attentive in the classes. I'm not asking you to not bunk classes. You surely do. That's the part of a bachelor's life.
Okay, yeah, so you bunk classes, guys, please.
Not a lot, but a little bit where mass bunk is there. But besides that, it would be more like previous year questions. My focus was on question solving mostly at my point because I do not have to study a lot of theory. So that's what I used to do. I used to solve around 1-2 papers and then I used to see what all mistakes I'm doing wrong and what all topics are coming in the previous year questions. I used to study those topics. So that's the strategy I used to follow for the 3 months. During the last month, I used to read the literature because now my question solving speed is good. So everybody has a different speed. For me and for people who are good at doing numericals, and solving speed won't be much of a problem, but theory might be. So that in the last month, people generally solve previous year questions, but I was reading theory because my previous year questions were already solved.
Okay, so that's like a very strategic way to go around it, where you just like see the topics that are recurring in the papers, studying them, and then after you're done with all of that, then you switch to theory.
Yeah, that's what I did. Everyone has their own strategy to go through. Don't just blindly follow my strategy. See what suits you the best and then carry forward that.
No, that does make like proper sense. Now, GATE के लिए जब आप prepare कर रहे थे, उसमें कुछ certain resources या platform होंगे जिसने आपकी journey में बहुत help किया होगा. तो could you maybe name some of them?
First would be to the awesome teachers that I had at DTU. Surely them, because their teachings were really like basic clearing every doubts that I had. So my bachelor's running notes, then some PDFs of books that you can easily download from sites like PDF Drive and Coffee Books. That's from where you can download those PDF books. And then thirdly would be GATE's own website. So they have their previous year questions set, so you can just download the PDF and practice the questions. And besides that, there's a very good publisher. I have followed him a bit, but if someone is preparing from basics, do go for Pathfinder. This is not sponsored, so do go for Pathfinder. They have awesome books if you are just a newbie and preparing for GATE.
Okay, so a lot of students struggle to stay motivated when they're preparing for GATE for multiple reasons. A lot of them have lost their energy, या उतनी motivation ही नहीं रहती एक point के बाद. तो आपके लिए कौन सी strategy है जिससे आपने burnout avoid किया? Which I'm pretty sure आप भी काफी बार you would have been very close to it.
So while preparing for GATE, the only burnout was the repetition of topics that I was facing. I was reading some topics, still I was not able to give a correct answer related to that same topic. So I tried to make the learning activity a bit fun. So what I used to do was, when I was doing the questions, I used to see if I am scoring, like I have set a personal benchmark of around 50%. That's very low. That's what I started with. That if I am doing 50% of the questions correctly, then I will award myself. I gradually raised that at the end of my preparation, that I could get very good rank and very good marks and all that.
Okay, so
I used to positively reinforce myself into working to the target. Like it used to be award yourself if you're doing sufficiently well, and if you're not doing sufficiently well, try to work harder.
Okay,
so
that does make sense.
That what did not led me to having a burnout, because I was constantly rewarding. Like for example, I did a paper that I scored extremely well, so in the evening I'm going to go outside to eat with my friends, or I'm going to watch a movie, or I'm going to play with my dog for an extra hour. So that's what I used to do.
So that's like a very nice way to go about it. Pehle start, like set the bar low, start from there, and the better you get, set the bar higher and reinforce yourself accordingly. So I think that's actually a very beautiful way to go about it. And it's also one of the most recommended ways to avoid burnout. So that does make a lot of sense. Now, a lot of students are attempting GATE for a second time, right? So what is an advice you would give to them based on your own experience?
So if they're giving GATE for the second time, I assume first of all that the rank they wanted to achieve, they did not get that. Or GATE is also a gateway to PSUs and DRDO. So they are maybe planning to go for that. They know the basics, for surely I know. They might have learned that during that duration. I'm assuming all this information. So I think so for them doing the questions and just focusing on time management. Questions and time management, a very small and crisp technique that works for every competitive exam and takes your journey to the long run. So that's what I would suggest.
That just makes sense. Okay. Your approach to like mock tests and analyzing previous year papers is something that you mentioned multiple times.
Yes.
And you said it did improve your preparation a lot of times, right? Apart from that, you might have faced some tough moments with your approach and during your preparation. How did you overcome them, and what were these?
Oh, okay. So I'm not quite happy with the rank I have got. I was expecting a single digit rank. The GATE has 4 different type of question pattern. First is your simple MCQ, then you have numerical answer type where you have to type your correct answer. Then there is MSQ, that one question might have multiple answers, and then there is match the following. In my exam, I was focusing more, like there is a varied amount of proportion in which all these categories your paper will be. Like 1 year there might be more of MSQs, less of NATs. In the next year there might be more of NATs. That's majorly 2-marker questions, so these are the more weighted ones. While preparing for my exam, I did not look more into MSQs, that is multiple choice questions. So in my exam, I did a little bit bad attempts in solving those questions. So I would suggest people who are preparing right now to focus on MSQs as well, because they are the game changer, because they carry 2 marks. Focus on that. They have a higher negative marking as well. So that's what you should do.
That does make sense. I feel like giving GATE now. That's the thing. There are some keys, do and don'ts for people who are preparing for GATE, right? So according to you, what are those?
So first thing should be to learn about your basics, as I have mentioned. GATE exam, it's not just about solving and getting into an IIT or getting into a PSU. It's not that. It's not going to take you anywhere. Because if you don't have your basics clear from the start, even if you come here, the survival won't be that easy. Because the competition you faced in your bachelor's is very less than the competition you will face now. Have your basics very, very clear. Second thing would be, GATE is not that of a difficult exam. People give it's a psychological binding that we have associated with exams that gives us the fear of giving the exam. Don't just ever force that feeling. Psychologically train yourself so that it will take a lot of time, but it might appear very eased out journey. So I would suggest that. And thirdly, I would suggest you guys would be to go to your classes in your bachelor's for learning the coursework. Because if you are learning your coursework right from the start in your bachelor's, that will help you while giving the exam.
Alright, so how would you compare for preparing for GATE with the decision to pursue a master's degree abroad, which is a very commonly asked question, which is, do you give GATE or do you just go for MS abroad, right? So what factors influenced your own decision to give GATE over going abroad?
First thing is the monetary aspect. If you see outside, you don't get scholarships as such, and the cost is near about, I'm not giving an exact number, but near about 40 to 50 lakhs. And giving us such a huge investment for my education, it was not a good choice. I felt that. So first thing to be in India was. Secondly, that is true, it gives you an additional IITian tag, so that's also a benefit. So I would suggest to stay here if you get a very good university, but supposedly you want to settle abroad. So I would suggest you, and you have a good family background economically, it's a good choice. But if not, all the facilities and research that is being undertaken in IIT is at par with the global standards. Imagine we are doing research with near about 1 or 2 lakh of grant and getting the same results publishing in IEEE journals and Science or Natural. And on the other side, people outside are taking almost 10x to 15x the grant we Indians are taking. So that's the difference. You will learn to utilize less resources and give more output. That's a skill I personally like a lot about myself, so this was a perfect fit for me.
Yeah, that does make sense. Okay, so for students from non-core fields, right, how would you advise them to approach GATE?
See, for every branch, my basic strategy and what all I have listened from my peers who are studying in IISc Bangalore or from IIT Bombay is, just what they did was, their coursework they did well. So it's a kind of a very repetitive answer to multiple questions, but that's the one basic that's keeping the stone rolling. So that's what you should do. And secondly, the competition, there might be like people from centrally funded institutes might itself are more better at clearing GATE because their institute is itself setting the paper. But however, if you have very good clear concepts, you can ace through the exam.
Since you prepared last ke kuch mahine mein and then you gave the exam, and that's thanks to you having your coursework done right?
Yeah.
What is an optimal way to approach GATE in the last few months and optimal way to revise? Okay. According to you?
So if I'm assuming if you are in your 3rd year of BTech and you are planning to give GATE in your 4th year, you have 1 year given to yourself. Firstly would be to collect as many notes you have, or collect all the relevant books that are being followed. Like there are some standard booklets that are following for each topic. Set those apart for your next 1 year long journey. Take a good publishing book like Pathfinder or Aryan previous year questions. Take that also, and then start with the most important topics. For example, each subject, for example, if I say for mechanical engineering or from environmental engineering, so they had some very specified topics that were heavily weighted. So focus on those topics. Then divide your day into 2 plus 1 plus 1. That's what I would recommend. 2 for a long subject, 1 hour for a small subject, and then left out 1 hour, 30 minutes for your engineering mathematics section and 30 minutes for your English and logical reasoning if you're weak at that.
That's like such a nice timetable to go about while managing your undergrad. So that is something even I'd recommend. Now, GATE opens pathways to a lot of opportunities, like you mentioned. How do you think GATE opened the pathways for you that maybe some other opportunity or field might not have?
Okay, so while doing my bachelor's, what I experienced was that I am not interested a lot in the core biology. I am interested in the applications of engineering in biology. Being in my BTech, we don't have much of options of interdisciplinary research in India, but from good institutes, for example, IITs and IIScs, you can have a interdisciplinary research center. So my department, Center of Biomedical Engineering, is an interdiscipline center. I have some professors from image analysis, machine learning and deep learning. I have a professor, for example, my guide, Dr. Deepak Joshi. He's a electronics engineer, and then he's a biomedical engineer, and now he's working in neuromechanics. So you can have a shift in your career path. So through GATE, I shifted from a core biology department to a technical aspect. Right now I'm working on signal analysis, and if I go back and imagine myself in my 4th year coding and doing image analysis or data acquisition, that would have been unimaginable.
So like now you're doing subjects from every stream and you have switched to an opportunity you prefer better over your bachelor's.
Yes. We can say like that I am more interested in the technical application of research in biology. For example, you might be using deep learning, but now you're using it for image or signal analysis or prediction. For example, I'm taking EEG. EEG is like having external sensors on your brain, and EMG, that is for your muscle activity. I'm taking EEG and EMG signals while doing fine motor functions. For example, you're tapping your finger or you're moving your fingers like this. So I'm taking EEG and EMG. I'm seeing how our brain and our muscles are correlated, how they are working together. So this kind of research is possible in centers or in institutes which are very, like I said, worldwide research, at the power of worldwide research that's going on. So this gives us an opportunity to do what other people are doing. So in bachelor's and in MTech, I have a more broader path. I'm more open to new facets, more opportunities, more research material, devices, that I would say.
You mentioned how GATE changed all of that for you,
yes,
and how you have these many more opportunities because of pursuing MTech. So the question is, why MTech and not PSU and research? Because we know that GATE would have opened pathways for research also, which might have aligned very well with you according to the details that you're discussing. So why not research and PSUs?
Oh, so MTech is some sort of research journey in itself. I don't want to give a 5-year commitment right now because I was not sure if I would love to do a job or if I would love to do a PhD. So that's why I did not join a PhD directly. And for regarding a PSU, I don't know why, but Government of India does not allow BTech biotech students who have cleared GATE to get into a PSU. I don't know why. So that's why. But if other people who are very adamant of pursuing having a higher journey in the government setting from branches like mechanical engineering, civil and electronics, I would really suggest them to go for a PSU if they are getting one. That's a very, very nice opportunity. You can have a government job, you can do research, you can have your own, you can be a scientist. That's a very great opportunity, guys.
Since we talked about research, PSU, MTech and all of it, could you tell us what rank students should aim for depending on their career goal? Whether it is PSUs or higher studies or research, rank for all of them, maybe a cutoff, rough range.
Okay, if I'm giving an analysis for general category, as I don't know for other branches. For general category, I would suggest if you want to get into an IIT, older IITs like Delhi, Bombay and Madras, your AIR should be under 50. Target that, because after getting through, post that you will have a test or an interview. So they might shortlist people in the further ranges as well. They might shortlist till AIR 200 or 150, but the lower your AIR is, the better chance you might have to get converted into an MTech admission. If you don't have any interviews, then so it's directly based on your rank. And then secondly, if you're going for a PSU, PSUs vary a lot, because in PSUs, post your rank, your interview matters, because each PSU has their own interview standard. For every category, I would suggest that the safe rank is to be under 50. But supposedly you are coming from any other category, I would likewise suggest you to see the current going off cutoffs that are being in the industry standards. I'm not sure of that.
Okay, makes sense. And the lesser your rank is, the more sure you're of getting what you want.
Yes.
How did you manage your time on the GATE exam day, like the day itself? How did you manage your time, and any tips for staying calm under all the pressure that you might have had?
I'm not the best person to ask that, because I believe I'm not a very calm person. I was very anxious during that time, because I did not take my offer letter for the bachelor's job placements that were going on, and this was my only option. If I did not do pretty well in that, so I don't know what I would do in future. So I was very anxious. The only thing I have learned during this time is that learning gives you a bit of confidence. You know that you have studied everything, so that will give you confidence. And if you have not, that's going to make you anxious. And if don't take pressure. See, it's just an exam. At the end of the day, it's not going to define your life, who you are or what you will do. There are many people who drop out and then establish a company, earn in crores. So it's just an exam. Just give it. Even if you have not studied well enough, take it as a learning lesson in your life. That's what I would suggest.
Okay, that is a very solid advice. Now, to end this section and moving on to the next one, the last question we have for this section is, we're from Geeks to Geeks, right? And Geeks to Geeks has its own GATE course, and they're doing pretty well there. And that is a course that is recommended by a lot of people otherwise also. But have you heard of Geeks to Geeks? And if yes, in what aspect of your life?
Obviously, during my bachelor's time, I was a core biology student, so at that point of time, I did not heard pretty well of. Right now, I go on Geeks for Geeks for the puzzle section. I really like. I'm a very cons lover in the bottom of my heart and a puzzle solver. So I generally browse Geeks for Geeks for the puzzle section and the quant section, and a bit of coding help, a little bit whenever needed. So that's what I explore Geeks for Geeks. I would really recommend to other GATE students, if they're planning to go for or improving their logical reasoning abilities and the solving nature, they can surely go to the Geeks for Geeks website.
Thank you for saying that. Now let's move on to the next section about academic life in IIT. So, एक typical day आपके लिए कैसा होता है as an MTech student in IIT Delhi? Like, how do you balance the classes, research, and personal life?
So in the first year of your MTech, you are not asked to do research. It's an optional thing you might do, you might not do. So in the first 2 semesters, you are completing your coursework and analyzing in which specific domain you want to carry forward your research. For example, in my department, we have image and signal analysis lab, then you have my lab, neuromechanics lab, then you have tissue engineering lab and biomaterials lab. So basically, first year collectively for all MTech students is to just explore what specific domain you are going to target. In the second year onwards, in the third semester, you have less bit of coursework. Like, it's a mix and juggle up of your coursework and your project. And in the final semester, in the fourth semester, completely it's your project. Though some people might extend their credits up and register for courses, just like me, who has extended her credits. No, it's not that. I am just like, it's like I'm going. If I can learn some more new things, that would be really nice. So that's what I've seen. So how I tackle up my day is, generally I go to the lab, then I go to my classes, and then I come back to the hostel. So that takes up near about 10 AM to 6 PM or 6:30. That takes.
You go at like 10 AM subah, and then by 6:30 you're done.
It's like nowadays it's winter, so it's 11.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's my own, it depends on the lab you are. Some people have very strict timelines, but in my lab it's a bit relaxed. So according to the weather and the climate, I might go around 10 or 11, depends on how the sun is there. So I'm
a major sun person. I need my sunshine.
Yes, exactly.
What's the one thing about IIT Delhi's academic culture that stands out compared to your undergrad days?
First thing is that the scoring is really competitive, because
Is it like comparative scoring?
Yeah, it's relative grading. So if I have seen in one of my subjects that in just 0.5, 2 grades were shifted. Like 10 is for O, A is for 9 and A- for 8. A person who was scoring half marks less than me was at 8. Sometimes it can be very competitive and very near ranged. If there's a big class, so there might be clusters in varied points. So to differentiate, the professor set a very, like that can go up to 2 decimal places. So that's one thing, not for all courses, but for some very good courses. And the second thing is, we can sit through in any class. So I might not take a subject specifically, register it, but I might go to the person's class and sit through. The third thing will be the ability to audit and course. So that's practically how foreign institutes function. You can take a course, learn that course will be shown in your report card, but you will not be credited for that course. For example, 3 credits, if I register for a 3-credit course and I audit it, I will be not awarded those 3 credits, but that subject can be mentioned on my CG sheet.
Oh, that's super nice.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot more, like you
can
mentioned,
learn
like the foreign systems.
Yeah. You can learn a lot from this type of learning method because you're not at fear of losing your grades if you are taking a subject that's of computer science or AI department, but at the same time you can learn that.
It's a very nice approach to get people who are interested in a subject but maybe don't want to lose out marks.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Now, you mentioned your research, right, on neuromuscular coordination. It's something that sounded exceptionally fascinating, I'm not gonna lie. You didn't mention kuch cheez about your research that we went through over there. Can you share us a bit more of your thesis work that you might not have covered in the ground and tell us a bit more about it for somebody who might be curious?
Oh, okay. So actually my thesis is practically based on very 2 hot topics of research that are going on. First thing is the signal acquisition and signal analysis, and the second would be machine learning models. So I'm planning to take, like I will start in a few coming days of data acquisition, that I'm going to take the EEG and EMG sensors, take the readings when they perform a task. For that task, I have manually customized the task according to my needs. Then post that task, I'm going to overlap the signals because they are 2 completely different signals. EEG, if anyone knows, EEG has a very high noise. So overlap it, pre-process it, and then using that, maybe create a prediction model of how our finger movements function if in a certain setting. And secondly, my second aim would be to see that how the corticomuscular coordination, that is how our muscles and brain function when a varied setting is given, when we are stressed, when we are not stressed. So that's what I'm planning to do.
I'll tell you one thing. I know passionate people when I see them, and you sound very passionate about your thesis, and I really do hope it works out for the best. You talked a lot about your academic journey, your thesis and all of it, right? So IIT में ऐसी कौन सी resources हैं या facilities हैं जिसने आपकी सबसे ज़्यादा help की आपकी academic journey में?
The libraries are very good. So the atmosphere that we are given, the lecture hall complex, the abundant online web sources that are available to us. For example, for a researcher, the primary goal is to read the research literature that is present online. Most of the journals are paid for normal institutes, but the tie-ups of IIT with major journals and the books access that we have and the device access we have, that is far better off if we compare it with other institutes. Not of I'm not disregarding someone else's institute, but if I compare for my specific branch, IISc Bangalore and IIT Delhi are the topmost leading areas where all of the resources are present.
Chalo. Then you got into a college that gives you all the things that you need.
Yeah.
And हम फिर fairly कह सकते हैं कि IIT ने आपकी academic journey में काफ़ी facilitate किया, उसने काफ़ी help किया.
Yeah, personally as well.
Chalo. That's nice, but I think that's enough about GATE and your thesis and academic studies and all. Let's move on to a fun round if that works. We're gonna have a fun round, okay? And we're just gonna get to know a bit more about you and just play choti games, nothing much, yeah? We're going to do a quick speed challenge and you have to name as many GATE topics as you can in 15 seconds.
I forgot half of them. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Go!
Bioprocess, microbiology, immunology, biostats, data analysis, engineering mathematics, Pearson's correlation coefficient, QB,
And your time's up. And you said you forgot. You totally did.
No, but I did not perform the best I could have done.
No, you performed the best. Air 20, I think we know that. But yes, इस पूरे college में जो आपने हमें दिखाया, आपका favorite hangout spot कौन सा है? If you need a break from studying and you're just done with all the work.
Amul and my hostel's gym. So IITs have a very good hostel and a very good gym as well. Like they have everything that's needed. You have basic weights, you have your treadmill, you have your heavy machines. So it's a very
So like we have a
nice
gym rat in our midst, या gym इतना अच्छा है कि आपका मन कर जाते
place. Gym इतना अच्छा कि मन करता है.
Okay, okay. So that's a plus point of getting into IIT. Okay, if not biomedical engineering that you're pursuing, what career path would you have chosen?
I would have joined McKinsey.
Oh, that's nice.
I would have joined the company that I was placed in my bachelor's. That's what I would have done. Besides that, there is nothing I regret of coming here and doing biomedical. It's a really fun field. I have learned a lot. I had a career shift as well. Personally, if I see, you guys might not understand that bit much if comparing wet biology and dry biology, but
yeah, anybody I feel like who is in the field might have a better idea about it.
Yeah.
But you did make it pretty clear for us. It's not the same thing at all.
It's not. It's completely different.
What's your go-to comfort food after a long day of classes and research?
Okay, so outside our campus there is SDA, and in that there is a bhaiya who's selling golgappe and aloo chaat. So that's my most comfort food. And other thing is, nearby vicinity in IIT you have your Hoskas village, you have Safdarjung enclave, and then you have Humayunpur. So anybody who is living here might explore these places, or who is planning to come here, you guys might explore these places.
That makes complete sense. And what's one fun fact about you that most people here don't know?
Then I don't study a lot.
Oh.
I don't.
She's lying.
No, I don't.
Do not listen to her, okay? Do not.
No, I don't. That's a very, very, like people pre-assume that I study a lot, but it's just that when the knife is hanging above my head, that's when I start studying. Then there is never going back. For example, my end term exams are going to happen, and I know that if I don't get very good marks, I might miss on my GPA. So that's when I am studying. For example, last semester I did not sleep for whatever days my exams were going on. For 3 to 4 days I did not sleep. Like post 70, that's very unhealthy, guys. Please study before your exams. But that's what personally I'm built like. So
so like more of a last moment kind of a person.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, so we'll just wrap this entire video up that you helped us out through beautifully. So thank you so much for that.